up and sit down.
Howdy guys, Andy from Bigmeks Workshop Painting Studio, and it's White Dwarf time. This is September's White Dwarf, and we have on the front got a bunch of good guys fighting some Ultramarines. I love to see spiky dudes kicking the Ultramarines and any other loyalist dog around a battlefield, so that's good to see. Now, as always, I've not had a look through it, but I'm given what's coming out over the next few weeks, and also Indomitus being still fairly new. I dare say this is going to be a 40k heavy book, and let's get on into it. So, as always, we're talking about the 40k on in the intro. Yeah, I've got a whole lot of 40k stuff, so skip past the content, and we've got some content from the readers. So always we always have a look through this, and we've got, oh wow, that Loon Boss is awesome. I love the blending work on that, the nice gritty feel. The base is stunning. I do like that. A very interesting Jane's Ark conversion, sort of got a bit of a Dark Eldar theme, which is kind of cool because I think the Phoenix Lords were more neutral towards the different factions of Eldar, if I remember rightly. I could be wrong, probably am. Got some nice Stormhost Eternal dudes, and obviously a question on Black Legion and how to get the Black Legion looking right. So the model of the month is an outstanding Ariel, the Ever Queen. Really, really nice model. I can see that being quite intimidating because it's such a large fig, and some great looking World Eaters. But as you guys know, I am a bit of a fan of World Eaters. And Sisters of Battle, and as I am a fan of Sisters of Battle, I've started using my own recently. They're in the process of getting painted up, and these are really nice, really consistent paint job. So Phil Kelly's doing his Worlds of Warhammer, obviously talking about the building the Warhammer world. This looks like some more background. It looks like some actual maps, but I didn't realise the Age of Sigmar realms had an actual map of sorts, so that's interesting. Obviously continuing on with more of the various different maps of the different worlds. And this is Terra in 40k with the America core worlds and all that lot. The continental plates, obviously, because the water's dried up, is completely different. So that's interesting to see that. And so, onto the models, 40k. Here we go. So, Crusaders and Aliens. So we're talking about, obviously, Indomitus and the contents of the Indomitus box, focusing on the new guys, the really new, interesting models, such as the new captain. And obviously, it's the designers what are talking about it, about where they got the inspiration from and such. And now on to a section on the exact same idea, but for the Necrons, with all their new weird stuff, including the new destroyer type thingies. And obviously a highlight on all the models from the Necron range in Indomitus. And the new Dynasty has got a painting tutorial, so let's see what we're looking at. Base coat of Runor brass with a washout of cryptic armor shade. Looks like kind of a Rigland. A wash of Drucy Violet towards the inners. Glaze of Canoptech alloy and Stormhost silver. So yeah, now, I'm not sure if that's the contrast paint variant, but they are nice colours. I do like the bronzy colour scheme. So Echoes from the Warp is the 40k version of the Worlds of Warhammer, talking about the development of 40k and the new play styles in this particular edition. The Edge of Silence is the battle report. It's between the it looks like it's between a box set. In the box set, it's the Marines versus the Necrons. It's a 52 power game with 6 command points each. And it is literally the box set fighting itself. So as always, skip to the back. And now we're talking to the writers of 40k. Obviously this is the rules and also the backstories as well. And it's coming from the guys who wrote the rule book. So some fiction, as always. This is a short story, 40k. The Basilica of St. Tosimus. The scripto savant Zax Cadnar is running for his life. Looks like Necrons have come to ruin his day. And some random sort of backstory stuff for the Indomitus Crusade. So it's nice to see these new little articles thrown about. There's quite a lot of it as well, so that's nice to see. So, some Realms of Battle stuff. So we're talking about the actual some of the battle things we've got down at Warhammer World, I'm guessing. So this is again one what represents the battle from Indomitus. So you've got a nice large scale version of it. Including a train line. Let's have a look. 2. The train looks really interesting. Warhammer World use the XPVC for the track foundations. Once they've built in that track. No. I was thinking they might have actually told us what they used to make the train itself, but unfortunately not. Of course, I do like them. So yeah, you get a nice, some nice close-up shots of the overall game fight. Sorry. So Index Astartes, the Silver Templars. So the Silver Templars and Index Astartes has gone obviously all the backstory about them. Now these guys are they're from Gilliman's line, but they, rather than being all very disciplined and tactical, they're quite aggressive. They're very angry by Ultramarine Successor standards. Obviously talking about all the backstory and their famous battles and how their chapters formed. And as always, got quite in-depth look into the history. An actual history timeline for them, which is nice to see. You don't see that usually outside of a codex. And they have their own supplemental rules as well, which I'm guessing are geared for the new codex. So the chapter tactics is the Bond Marshal. Each time a unit with a model with this tactic, it makes a melee attack against an infantry or biker unit and unmodified 6 automatically wounds. That's really nice. And each time a unit with this tactic shoots a fight, you can reroll 1 hit roll when resolving the unit's attack. So free rerolls for your squads is really good, and in auto wounding on 6s in melee is absolutely awesome. A couple of relics. Primaris only unit. Armour of Zenaris. Each time an attack with an armor penetration characteristic of -1 or -2 is allocated to a bearer, the attack of the armor AP becomes 0. So he's ignoring -1s and -2 AP, which is solid. And also gets a 6 up, feel no pain as well, which is a decent relic, really nice defensive relic. Banner of Echo, so obviously an ancient, Primaris ancient. Once per battle in your command phase, the bearer of this relic can use it. If he does, until the start of your next command phase, the bearer gains the following ability. While friendly Silver Templars Primaris core unit is within 6 of the bearer, add 1 to attack characteristic in that unit. I'm not quite sure what core unit means, but I'm guessing it's just like an infantry unit or some kind, as long as it's Primaris. The Warlord traits. I've got 3 separate Warlord traits. Accomplished Duelist. I'll start with fight phase. If this model is within engagement range of an enemy unit, it fights first, which is always handy. And each time a Warlord makes an attack, if it made a charge move, was charged, performed heroic intervention, you can reroll wound rolls on the first round of combat, which is very tasty. So no need for a lightning claw then. Precision Commander. In your command phase, you can select a friendly Silver Templars Primaris core unit within 6 of its Warlord. Until the start of your next command phase, each time that unit is selected to shoot or fight, you may reroll 1 hit roll and can reroll a 1 wound roll. Okay. That's not bad. Spiritual Synergy. Select 1 weapon a Warlord is equipped with, excluding relics. Each time this Warlord makes an attack with that weapon, an unmodified wound roll over 6 inflicts 1 mortal wound on the target in addition to any normal damage. Now that unfortunately doesn't really synergize particularly well with Bond Marshal, because you're not rolling to wound as many times as you'd like. So there is that. Stratagems. Swordsman Strike. Silver Templars Primaris core unit from your army select shoot or in the fight phase when they selected to fight. Until the end of that phase, each time a model in that unit makes an attack against a character, add 1 to the attack's hit roll. If the unit contains 5 or fewer models, this stratagem costs 1, otherwise it's 2. So +1 to hit against a character. Nice. Very nice. Very useful for dudes with Thunder Hammers if you can do it. But I don't think I'm not sure you can give characters Thunder Hammers for Primaris. Claim Runes. Use the start of the fight phase. If when it was selected to fight, that unit was within engagement range of an enemy unit containing more models than itself, until the end of the phase, each time a Silver Templars unit makes an attack, add 1 to strength and add 1 to the AP. That is very tasty. And obviously paint splatter for the Silver Templars. Unsurprisingly, going to be a fairly straightforward paint scheme, as obviously you can just spray silver from the start and knock out some Norn oil, add in some details, and you've got quite a striking looking army. But obviously that's just taking it to the battle ready stage. When you're taking it up to parade, it's a little bit more work, but it's definitely worth it. It's nice to see that we're giving you a good idea on what battle ready and parade ready looks like though. And obviously we've got an index or a gallery of the Silver Templars and their formation. Sadly the vehicles don't look great in Silver Templar colours, which is a shame because the infantry look really nice. Definitely needs to make them look a bit needs to do something with the silvers to make them look a bit more interesting, I think. And a little bit more on the guys. So Age of Sigmar now. What we're talking about is rules of engagement. So obviously, this is talking about setting up your games and what have you. And obviously, teaching you how to, giving you good tips on how to work out your how to play. Well, Age of Sigmar cheat sheet. Okay. So if you're anything like me and you forget things, it's quite handy. Reminding you to do stuff what you would normally forget. Warcry's got some new rules. Looks like that's a dark elf. 8 points is arguably one of the deadly warbonds. So let's see. So we've got some a bit of a fiction, a bit of a short story, and we have some free guild rules for Warcry. New battlefields and what have you. And obviously looks like a tale of four warbands. So for Jedi, which are the Tzeentchian ones, got a really cool looking lion thing, which I've no idea what it is. The Joyous Amputation. Yeah, I always thought they were meant to be Slaneshi, but they look quite corny there. So, shows you what I know. Got the chorus dudes, the whole Batman thing. Now, they're obviously Tzeentchian, and got the Ogroid Formatage in there as well, which I do really like that model. And a Venomborn with a Fomori, I want to say. I could be wrong. I know it's something along those lines, but I do like the Venom dudes. I think they look really nice. And obviously, we're talking about some of the battles I've had. So, here's a tutorial on how to take photos of your figures, which is always handy because it can be very difficult to get a decent photo. I have no idea what that thing is, but it looks brilliant. So it's a nice, quick and easy, quick and dirty way of getting good quality photos, and how to do it, even down to getting it with your camera phone. And now it's glory points for Beastgrave, talking about the mechanics of the game as always, and some Black Library fiction this time round. So that's nice. I do like to see plenty of short stories in it. And this time it's chapter 11 of Faith and Fire, continuing the adventures of the Sisters of Baal. And last but not least, what we're getting up to in the studio, and obviously got a new recruit starting early, which is good to see. Although it looks like he's getting taught ways of greenskins, which I do not approve of. Should be getting taught how to be a chaos player, but you can't have everything. So what we've got next month, we have got Lizardmen, by the looks of things. Clogs Mega Mob. That sounds interesting. There could be some orc stuff as well. So there you go. As I suspected, 40k heavy. Any Silver Templar fans out there, or anyone interested in starting a new Primaris army, is going to benefit a hell of a lot. There's a lot of good stuff in there to read, and some really nice looking models in there. So that's good to see. Massive thank yous for everybody to watching this. We do appreciate that you take the time to watch our stuff, and we really do value your support. If you would like to really help us out in other ways, check out our Patreon. We've got multiple different tiers where you can get all kinds of different benefits, including early access to every video we make. Whilst we're speaking of the Patreons, huge thanks to the Orc Boys, Matt, Ludwig Hofbauer, D-Wack, Mark, Dave, Tom, Spiky Dude, Warren and Ben. Huge thank you to you guys. You're our top paying patrons, and we couldn't do this without you. You really do help keep the lights on. Also, please remember to hit like and subscribe if you want to see more of our content. We do regular painting tutorials. This is a monthly thing as well. Also, huge thanks to The Outpost. Want to help support the channel and get cheap model and hobby supplies? Click the Element Games affiliate link in the description for 15 to 25% off. Use the promo code BIG223 on the checkout to earn double crystals. Crystals equals cash in your Element Games account that can be spent on your next purchase, so everybody wins. So thank you for watching this one, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.